Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to this week's episode of Access Paranormal. It's James in the hot seat for Jamie again. And, you know, we're still in lockdown under local restrictions, slowing the spread of coronavirus. So, yet again, I'm on my own. I'm in my room recording the show. But I have got Jamie on the line, as always. Hello, Jamie.
Hi, James. You okay?
I'm very well. How are you? Now, you've been away this week, haven't you?
We have. We've been up on the East Coast there, just for a week's holiday. So it was really good. The weather was great too and everything else. So we've had a good time, actually.
Well, I saw some pictures of it and it looked absolutely lovely. So tell us about where you've been and kind of what you got up to.
Well, we've been to Farley. We went over to Farley. That's where we were staying up that way.
Yeah.
Then we had a walk along the beach there. Then the next day we went over to, I think it was Bridlington. We've been to Scarborough. And then we went yesterday, just before we came home, we went over to Whitby and Gothland, and we actually done a little bit of a mini invest while we were away as well for the show.
Great, and you went with your partner Marie, didn't you?
We did, we went together, a fantastic time. Thankfully the weather was on our side till we got back here, that is.
Now Gothland is where Heartbeat, the TV show, was filmed, isn't it?
It was in, the last time it was filmed there, it was in 2010, that's when it finished completely.
Oh, is it,
but
yeah?
When you go there, I mean, they've got the Aidensfield Arms, they've got everything there, basically, what they've used and that. So it's now, now it's a tourist attraction,
I mean, I've been there before. It was many years ago now, actually, because I have quite a big interest in, as you know, heritage and maritime heritage and steam railways and stuff like that. And I'd been up there because the North Yorkshire Moors Railway runs through Gothland, doesn't it? And the station's featured in loads of stuff, hasn't it?
There has, and I mean, Harry Potter was filmed on Gothland Station as well. When Hagrid was waving away to Harry Potter when he was, he was going off to the wizard place.
For Hogsmeade Station, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about Harry Potter. I just knew it was Harry Potter.
I thought you'd like Harry Potter being into all things supernatural.
I like things like that, but God, I can't remember the last time I watched Harry Potter. It must be years ago now.
It's great, isn't it? I grew up with it, with the books and stuff. So tell us about the invest. I know you're going to be putting that out on a show in a couple of weeks' time, but was it good? Yeah. Did anything happen, or?
To be honest with you, I've not listened back to the stuff yet, because we only got back last night, and we only actually recorded it yesterday as well. And we actually recorded it in the daytime, would you believe, around 3ish.
Right.
And it was. I'm not going to say where.
Yeah.
At the moment, but the actual graveyard as well was unbelievable. I mean, we actually found a metal gravestone, if there's such thing as a metal gravestone, if you get what I mean. The actual stone, or whatever it was called, was made of metal.
Actually, like cast iron or something, or?
Cast iron, yeah.
Wow.
The actual grave was cast iron. The plaque of the person's name was missing off it.
Yeah.
But we went right round the whole of the cemetery, and that was the only cast iron grave we could find. That's
really interesting, isn't it? I mean, there must be a reason why. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a cast iron gravestone before.
I know. Well, I mean, I said to Millie, because like what I've done is I wasn't, put my hand on it to, because like obviously it's cast iron, you're just thinking, is it really? And you haven't looked at it and everything else. And I said to me, I don't know whether it's because I've touched it or whether it's my imagination or whether it's, one of those things where you start thinking things now. But I started picking up on something.
Yeah.
Now, you know me, I'm very, very skeptic. I came home last night and I thought, maybe it was just me, it was a cast iron thing, the area we were in, everything else.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, I don't know what it is, whether it was, like I said, in my imagination and that. And I said to me what it was. I won't say what it was because it's obviously on the recording and that.
Yeah.
And then I tried looking into it last night, even though we got home about 12:30 last night. I started having a nose on my phone to see if I could find anything. I cannot find anything about that grave anywhere on the internet at all.
I suppose the only other way you could do it would be actually to actually write to the church, or there'll no doubt be somebody who has got some kind of knowledge in that area about what it is, won't they? I would imagine, because it's so distinctive, isn't it?
There's got to be, because I mean the graveyard is so historical. So it'd be nice to have a look at that one. And I think I spoke to you yesterday, and I was texting you yesterday, and it was weird because at the end of it there was one gravestone we were standing next to finish the actual investigation on.
Yeah.
And again, that's on the recording. I won't say nothing about it, but it was really interesting because when we've done it in other places, we've had the same kind of things happen where it's like, I don't believe in coincidence. There's a reason why. There's always a reason why. There's coincidence, you know. And there it was again, and I went to Neil, my word, look at that. Look at the gravestone standing next to it and that. And there it was again. But, I mean, obviously you've got to listen into it to hear it. Whether we've picked up any sounds or not, that'll have to be for the listeners to have a listen to, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that should be on. Hopefully we'll be putting that one on next week.
Okay, so Jamie, we've obviously at the moment we are under enhanced restrictions on things we can do and can't do, hence why we obviously aren't together at the moment recording the show. But you are almost there with your other studio, so you are back next week in the hot seat on your show, and this week is my last Access Paranormal for a while, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah,
so I'll be there on my own. Well, I'll probably have a guest or two, but you know, I'll be on my own. The new studio is going to be put in. It's only a temporary studio again until mine's built. Yeah. But it's going to be there, and I'm going to be actually buy a microphone instead of buy mobile next week, so it should be more fun. But I'll be able to get a word in as well. You won't be there.
I know, yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, well, I hope you missed me, but you know what? I mean, it's been, considering, I know it's a bit of a regular joke we have, that I was only supposed to be doing it initially for 1 week, you know, 8 weeks later, we're still here, but it's been really good fun, and we've had some really interesting guests on over the last couple of weeks, which has been great to listen to, and also as well, you know, some really interesting investigations, you know, some that we've done together when we could, and other stuff that you've done as well. So I thought, why it's my last show, I'm going to take advantage and have the pick of what we listen to. Obviously, because of everything that's going on at the moment, we can't go out there together and just go and record as we would do in buildings and everything such as that. But I thought, why don't we listen back to the invest that you did a couple of weeks back, which was the secret location, and it was a little challenge that I gave you because it was so fascinating, and I think there was loads of stuff happened on it, and I know there's quite a few people I've spoken to who hadn't heard it the first time round or caught one part of it and not the other because it was over 2 weeks. To give us a little bit of background on the kind of stuff that happened with it, Jamie, before we play.
I can, yeah. I mean, we're going to play the full one this time, and obviously we're playing it because of the complications of getting this show together this week. Yeah. With moving location, with you being, you know, stuck, and me being stuck, and everything else, just coming back off holiday. We said, we said that let's just do this, and with you being, you know, leaving the show for a little bit. Let's do this because it was a really good investigation, and it was the secret location is what you sent us to. And it started off fantastic. I don't want to give too much away because obviously the listeners probably heard it before. But we had some, you know, when we first got there, we just thought, well, you know what, let's do the investigation. Nothing happens. But there were so many things that did happen. We had Michelle Louise there with you know, Mr. Louise and Marie. We just thought we'd go along and do a little mini invest, and it ended up that so many things happened. It was just like a knock-on effect. I think we were there. You're only going to get about an hour of the show, but I think we were there about 3 hours, and there was just so much to do, so much happening. We couldn't, you know, we just couldn't leave it alone. And we're actually thinking of going back to the same location in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah,
well, you should. I mean, it was. There was a lot of stuff, and what I think's really interesting is, and obviously, you know, we've done lots of investigations together in the past. Is I know how skeptical you are about things, and I think when you start to feel stuff, I always think, oh well, that's, you know, if I think I've seen something or felt something, sometimes if it's just me who's felt it, then you kind of think, well, is it just my imagination, you know? But I think when you do it, and when other people start getting the same thing, it becomes a little bit interesting then, doesn't it?
It does. And I was saying to you before about the location we did up in on the East Coast there yesterday, and finding that metal grave, or as you said, it was a cast iron grave. Yeah. And something happened to me. Now, whether, like I said to you, it was my imagination, I don't know. But I know that the place where you sent us to, that wasn't my imagination, because we all heard, we all seen, and we all confirmed. And especially when we went to a certain area, and we all were attracted to one place, and then when we looked, there's the grave with them people in it. What Shell mentioned, you know, that I mean, to me, you couldn't get any more.
Well, no,
than that.
And the other thing is as well is that Shell hadn't ever been there before. She didn't even know where it was. You know, and it was a completely random thing, because I mean, I remember when I spoke to you after you'd been, and you said, Shell and Mr. Shell came with us, because they were. It was only supposed to be you and Marie going, wasn't it? And then they just happened to be nearby.
It was only me and Marie going, and then I think it was about 5 or 10 minutes before we were going, Shell rang to say, we're down here, you know, we're down, do you want to meet up? And we said, well, actually, do you want to come with us? We're doing a mini invest. And she went, yeah. And she was dropped in at the deep end, but she really, really enjoyed it. She was thinking, what am I doing here? You know, and she did say to me at the end of the recording and everything else, I came here, Jamie, expecting nothing. Didn't know what I was coming into, and just went with it. And she said it was fantastic, you know. And she'd love to go back with us again. So I might, you know, like I said, I might in a couple of weeks' time, I might get her to come down, you know, and do it again with us, because it was one of those moments that, you know, you'll never forget it.
No, absolutely. I mean, and just for listeners as well, obviously, Shell is going to be appearing on the show quite regular, isn't she, as a guest? So that's as a guest presenter, actually. So that's something to really look forward to. And she is a real fountain of knowledge with anything to do with the occult. All right, well, shall we have a listen then, Jamie?
Yes, please.
All right, here we go. And just to remind listeners, this was recorded, if you're listening, this was recorded a couple of weeks back now, before the lockdown and the restrictions were in place.
Well, here we are in the location James sent us to. There's me and you, Marie.
Yes, we're here tonight together in this location, a brilliant location, which we're going to keep hush-hush for now.
Well, we have to, for respect, haven't we, as well?
For respect.
But yes. We've also got 2 guests with us, strangely enough. We were sitting in the house and I get a text off someone and they said they were in the area, so I said, why don't you come down with us? So with us tonight we've got Shell Louise and Mr. Shell from Action Paranormal, because you didn't know you were coming tonight, did you, until the last minute?
No idea. I was really not dressed for this location.
And what about you, Mr. Shell?
No, I had no idea at all, man.
You both thought you were going to be sitting in the house watching the television, feet up, with a chippy tea or something like that.
Pringles, cheese strings, and then I get the text message.
You did say cheese strings then, didn't you?
I said cheese strings.
So, you've been here for what? We've been here, 5 minutes, 10 minutes now, and what do you think of it so far?
Beautiful.
To be honest,
serene, beautiful.
I didn't know this place was so close to home, to be fair.
Yeah.
It really is. It's
atmospheric.
Nice, isn't it?
And peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can't say where we are, obviously, for the respect for the, for the people buried here, and we can also for the families who are still around. We've got to be really respectful to them as well. So we've been here, like I said, Shell, that we've been here for what 10 minutes, and you picked up names already?
Yep. Saw by somebody, I mentioned to Marie, take a temperature check. I've just seen somebody.
You did.
I actually saw a figure, and I said, just do me a favour, point it there. And go on, Marie, and tell them what happened.
So we pointed it in 2 separate directions that Shell wanted me to show, and we got a 2 degrees difference, and was only about 4 foot apart from the 2 destinations that we did the thermal imager.
I've got the name as well. We're joined by a male with the name Rupert.
Okay, we can't give surnames out tonight, obviously, because of where we are.
Respect.
But if you do get some surnames, you can tell me afterwards, and we can try and research it. And obviously, if we get any voices on this, in the EVPs, because we are recording, so if we get any kind of voices, we can listen back to it, and we'll highlight it if anything appears.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, should we do a call out, or do you want to call out, Shell, as you're the guest?
Call out, I'm listening.
I'm going to ask if there's anybody here with us now, anyone where we are, standing round us, looking at us. Please come forward. We're not here to harm you. I say it all the time, we're not here even to disrespect you. I'd like to know who you are. Could you tell us your name? Can you come towards us?
Did you hear that? Like walking. See?
Can you talk to us? Can you make yourself known? So we've got a few things anyway that can give us some evidence. We've also got the recordings, what we're doing now, which could pick us up.
ITC if you like.
Some what?
ITC.
Okay, can you tell the listeners what an ITC is?
Instrumental Transcommunication Device, where we've had one designed for our team, which I have with me. And what it is, it's 12 word banks that are randomly run backwards in reverb, and they're played at different settings as well, so different pace settings, so they all overlay, so Spirit can manipulate them and send them forward as a complete word, or maybe hopefully a sentence.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, so yeah,
Be
we'll
good
give
to
that a
try
go.
that.
Starting whenever you're ready.
Right, so Shell's just put it on now, so what we're going to do is have a little listen if we can. Could you tell us your name? How many of you are with us now?
Five.
Five, that was
Oh,
clear.
five then, yeah.
Well, you're all welcome.
Right here.
I'm going to ask again, did you say there was 5?
More.
More?
You hear that then?
I was trying to pick up what it was saying. Oh,
I'm going to ask again, could you tell us how many there are?
5.
5 again,
Four
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
we're getting lots of noises around us. Have you got a name for us?
David Miller. Sorry, no surnames.
Well, that's what everybody could
what it
pick up. Something no show.
Yeah, he's
Is there someone you want to talk to? Can you give us a name?
oh my god, did you hear that? Them broken down.
Broke. Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to get used to the way it is.
I'm going to ask if there's somebody here with us now, come closer and tell us your name, please. Fear.
No,
Did he say
No
no
fear.
fear?
no fear.
Yeah, you don't have to be afraid of us. Come forward. How old are you? Can you tell us where we are? Do you know where we are? Did you hear that? Cemetery.
Cemetery. I heard that. That was cool.
How mad was that?
That's intelligent.
Can you tell us how many of us there is?
Sounded like a laugh.
So while that's playing in the background, Millie, what did you think of that then?
It seemed like we was getting answers to our questions, but it was hard for me because I've heard this the first time to hear the words at first. You have to just get used to it, and because there's a lot of background noise with it.
Shell, are you picking up anything at all now?
Yeah, 2 males.
2 miles
Right,
in.
right here where it is now, that's 30. It's gone from 13, drops straight down to 11, 13.4, and that's 11.3.
Two males stood right near us. Two
Whereabouts? And then we'll point the
So we
heat
seem
sensor
to
next
in
to
this area here.
Before, I thought I saw something. I can't. You see this tall piece here?
Yeah.
There, move pretty quickly. But I thought, is it these breathers, as I call them, that are walking around us? So there was something over this area, and then I felt something towards the back of here, like
Right.
an observer. No, I don't feel any threat. I just feel like we're quite
calm.
curious. Is the
Yeah,
word I
from
wanna
that
use.
gravestone to that one, it was a
2-degree drop again.
Yeah.
drop. Yeah.
Can you
was.
show yourself?
See, we're on 13 again there.
Has it gone up again?
Yeah, 13
There you
here.
go. That's where I was saying
Right
we've seen
here.
movement here.
Right.
Can you show yourself to me? If it's you that I've seen from the shadows, don't be afraid. I am a follower of the old ways. Come towards me.
That's gone from 11.2 to 13 right near you.
That's good.
So it's as if it's moved.
It's travelling.
Yeah.
Please don't be afraid.
But as you can see, Shell, it's where we are it's like a couple of 100 years old, isn't it?
I do feel these men of cloth. I know that, obvious, but their energy, their presence would be so strong here. Il nomine e passe e spiritii sancti.
Keep a check on the temperature as we do it.
Okay.
Il nomine e passe e spiritii sancti. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, come forward.
So 13.6, 13.8, 14.
It's changing, there you go.
Yeah.
It's working.
And that's simply because I felt the chill across me.
It's
arms
working.
and back.
What I'll do is I'll go in there. I've got this with me, so I'll talk anyway. I'm just going into a little section on my own, but don't go far away, you three. I'm only brave when there's a few of you next to me. Okay, I'm in the building. Feels quite calm. Shell, Mr. Shell, Amber here, about 20-30 foot away from me. I feel very calm. I think they're picking up on something now. Shell's done a bit of a chant. So we're just waiting for something to happen.
Jamie, I think there's
What?
somebody around you because it's going up to 15, 14.
Right next to me.
centigrade. Yeah, where my thermal imager is.
Can you put the imager towards me and see if there's anything next to me? I know you'll see me.
Yeah.
Is there anything next to me?
Yeah. You've gone up to 17 and 18.
Yeah.
And then on the wall that was 11, it's actually 14.9 and keeps it hitting 15. So and that was 11.2 when I first did it.
So I was just checking to see if there's nobody with the light over there, because on the wall here, I've just seen a small light go across as if it was going that way, yeah.
Right.
So I'll ask out anyway while I'm standing here.
Okay.
Okay, if there's somebody here with me now, I'm standing here on my own, you can come towards me, come and talk to me. Don't be afraid of us. Let us know you're around. Can you tell me your name, please? Could you tell us what year it is? Can you talk to us? And just so you know, Marie's disappeared off on her own in another part of the graveyard. Braver than me, I'll tell you. So it's just me and you now, Shell.
Try this, say this.
I can't say that. Dominisk. Patrice.
Oh, Patrice means come forward, Father.
Dominique.
Dominusco.
I'm just learning some Latin now while we're on here.
Dominusco Patrice.
Dominuscu Patri. Please come forward, Father. I know Marie's in the distance, I can hear her talking, so she must be calling out, so we'll find out if she gets anything. So, Simon, you've been having a walk around, have you felt anything around?
Well, to be honest, when we were stood here, I thought I seen something over there. See that?
Where Marie is?
Well, no, to what, further this way to the right. Well, to the right.
Yeah, got you.
I thought I seen something like something dark whisk past, but
Yeah.
that's it really. Don't know.
Yeah, there's only me and you now. Shell's gone on the one there. So, should we call out? Should I give it a call out here while we're here on our own? If there's anybody here with us now, can you come forward? Come and talk to us. Let us know you're around. What's amazing about where we are, just to give a little bit of a description, is it's a ruin, as we've said before, but within the ruin there's inscriptions on the wall, really old inscriptions like initials, dates. There's like if you look there, there's a CJ.
Yeah.
They look like they've been there for a long time. School mistress. And that's dated in 1760. Can't give the name out, but 1760. So
we've got a school mistress here. We're just trying to read some of the other information that's inscribed.
Shell's talking in the distance, so I think she's just doing a bit of a call out, so we'll go over to her in a minute.
We've got lovely arch windows.
Fantastic,
it must have looked
isn't it?
absolutely amazing in its time.
Yeah.
But if we go over to Shell and Louise and see if they found anything, heard
Yep.
anything.
At the moment it's quite calm. We have picked up on a few things. Oh, let's just go and find out what's going on here.
Have you heard anything? Seen anything?
I've got the message 3 gold rings, and there's 2 brothers together.
Right.
3 gold rings, 2 brothers together.
It's quite cryptic, that really, isn't it?
Very cryptic, and I can't find them. I'm trying to find them, but 3 gold rings, 2 brothers together. There was movement. Did you see that?
Can I just say something? Before you said there was movement there, I seen a light here and it's shot that way.
Yes, let's go.
So it's forward. Oh,
Yep.
Shell's done one of her runners. I'm not running. Oh, great. No light. Could it be an inscription, could it?
It was a bit hard to.
It's difficult.
To try and find though, isn't it?
Yeah.
With being dark. So many as well.
Yep.
But where do you reckon it is? What area would you say? Do you know that?
I'm just going with what Shell does.
Big
Plus, just so you know, they've got the torches. I haven't brought a torch with me.
You'd have to suppose.
So, if all of a sudden you hear a bang and a wallop, it's my head.
Okay, we're doing a search for the name on the names of the stone.
2 brothers.
Have you got it?
One I'm going to go 3 years old. The younger one is 3 years old. The 2 brothers.
Just in case you can't hear it, Shell's saying that she's looking for a 3-year-old, and the 2 brothers, one of them is a 3-year-old. Just be careful. Yeah, all I can say is I'm following Shell Louise. She's just reading some of the inscriptions and things like that. She's picked up on two brothers and 3 rings. Not a clue what it means, but hopefully we have. What have you found?
What's this? Is that 3 years? Age 3 years and 8 months. Bingo.
Have you got it?
We've found.
Bingo.
Oh my god.
Bingo. There you are.
Okay. I'm going to have a look because we can't obviously give names out, but Shell picked on this. Now, I've not been to this side at all. 2 of them.
William.
No, you can't give names out.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
brothers.
2 brothers and one's 3 years old. Oh my word.
Got them. And no.
Oh my word.
3 rings. Why did you tell me about the 3 rings, guys? Come on.
3 rings.
What's the 3 rings? What's the 3 rings? Why would you tell me 3 rings?
Don't read the inscription out. Have a read of the inscription because that might tell you something.
We are doing.
Anything on it?
Because there's a sister in there. There's 3.
3 of them.
There's 3 of them. 2 brothers, 3 rings, age 3. Bingo.
Well,
So that's that one.
that is unbelievable. Have you got the picture of that? Yeah.
Yep. Brilliant.
Wow.
I've actually got
So,
pieces from
just so you know, it
What
was.
was fantastic though, Jay?
Sorry, go on. I'm going to
Do you
bring
know
you.
what I think was fantastic? The fact that we followed the light anomaly to this area.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I was saying 2 brothers, 3 rings,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
it guided us here, and we saw movement before, and you wandered over here before
I
as
did,
well.
yes.
Exactly
Yeah.
the same place. I just see movement.
Okay, where did you see movement?
Just let my eyes readjust. Give me a minute. Yeah. Did you see it?
No.
I didn't see anything. Did you see it?
Oh, I'm looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
That's all.
Can't work out whether it's our torches, you know, against the.
And
This area. So I can't work out whether it's my torch, you know, casting a shadow against the
Yeah.
blaze, or it look like movement. See? You see that then?
Missed it. I was looking. I've just seen movement there.
See?
There's just. I can just see trees then, but a corner of my eye, I just seen something move across to the right.
Was it? I'd say, Simon, do me a favour. Take another picture by the taller. Right, before you take your picture,
I didn't expect that.
by the taller figure. See that there? That taller piece. Can you see it? Like the monument thing.
Yeah.
By the side of that, to the left of that, take a flash picture. Is there something tall and black stood at the side of it? See it move then? You did. Everyone else see a shadow
I
go across
missed
the
it.
front.
It might be the light. Hang on, do it again. Stay there.
okay.
I didn't see there. I seen over here
See, I saw
to the
that.
right.
Simon, do me a favour. Look at your last 4 pictures. Is there a black mass? Quite tall. Taller than you guys.
I just heard something then.
Yeah, it was there.
Hang on, let me just change the picture.
I know we are out in the open and there's going to be, sounds like the leaves dropping from
Why
the
can't you see it? There it is. Why
trees.
can't you see it though? See, on the last picture you could see it, and now you can't see it. It's like something was in front of it. Hello?
I'm supposed to be taking Shell to some place I wanted to try.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
100%. That was in.
Ray, did you just make a noise?
Yeah.
Did you?
Did you just go, whoo? Yeah.
You did? Okay. Well, that's debunked.
People. Wow, that was pretty cool.
You know the movement was around here?
Yeah.
Try and have a look at the name, because you were picking up the name Rupert earlier on.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can see a name.
Come on, Rupert, are you here?
Because this is where the movement is, isn't it?
Can you show yourself to us?
And do you think it could be guiding us to him, to his resting
Right.
place? Can I just ask something? Yeah. That's a rabbit or something. It's a bird. Let's just answer that question.
I was thinking, can you?
So what? Hey, Shell, if Wayne was here now, we'd be down there, wouldn't we?
Would he?
Yeah.
If I was here on my own, I would have been in one of these graves. Right, Shell, what I want you to do is where we are now, is I want you to see if you can pick up anything in this area. There's a reason why I'm asking that anyway. If we can just, do you want to sit here and just see if you can pick anything up?
No.
Okay. What have you got?
Oh, when you said sit here, I got
Yeah.
clear. Don't.
Okay, there's the reason why.
What is under this? Who is under this? Holy moly. No, don't. I started to follow you and I got clear. Don't. What was here before?
Do you want me to tell you?
No.
Yeah, I'll tell you off. I'll tell you off when I've stopped recording.
Is this a chapel of some kind?
Is this? Is it?
Okay, I'm not telling Shell anything at all. I'm trying to see if Shell can pick up. And she,
Right
yep,
through me,
you can
that
tell her.
Oh,
Okay.
that went right through me. This is a place of worship. This is a chapel. Holy moly! Sorry for using that word.
That's okay. It's not a swear word, so you're all right.
Wow. So that's why I'm not allowed to sit here. They've got to be respectful. No. That's
Okay.
crazy. Is this the original in the whole place?
I can't tell you just yet.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. I need to go that side. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy. I went to sit down. They went, don't.
Was it a clear voice
Yeah,
or?
very clear voice. This is a chapel. This is a.
Don't as if to say, just like, oh, just don't do that.
This is like a church.
Don't, like,
Holy moly!
what-
Sorry, guys, I'm not disrespecting you.
when you heard don't or whatever, what sort of, how did it come across? Don't as if like in a light don't or a heavy don't. Do you know what I mean? What did you get?
A man's voice.
No,
Don't.
but in what sort of tone?
Stern. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. Wow. Whoa. Oh, this place is giving me the heebie-jeebies this point. Seriously, Jay. That was weird. Weirded me out. And I went to sit, clear as day, don't. And then I just saw the building come up in front of me, like, this is a chapel.
Right.
Don't sit here.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
Wow. Holy moly.
But what we'll do now is I'm going to walk you somewhere else and see what you think. Has the K2 gone off at all?
Yeah, no.
No?
Sorry.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm
as
feeling
well.
all right.
No, I'm not welcome here at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall we walk away from it? I've got to say, tonight's brought up a few surprises for us, especially us, Marie, because we tend to have a walk around here occasionally.
We do, yes.
And I think Shell, do you know what?
What is it?
Yeah, right. That ain't funny.
Okay. What was that?
What's up with you? Were you two being touched?
Yeah, on my face. Like
See,
a web.
I've just
had
turned
that.
round.
Yeah,
I've
I've
just
had the
turned round
same.
and there's a man, I swear,
Where are you?
don't even do this. He was
Honest to
here.
God.
He was here in gown.
Right.
Well, I've just been standing there.
There's nothing on me, is there?
No.
Two red lights.
Well, I've just done the
here.
same. I've just done the same. I just felt as if. Can I just show you? I just felt that.
I've seen because
Did you see it?
I was here, Marie was there, and you was there, and Simon was there, and as I turned round, he's just there between the two of you, full form here.
Wow.
Wow.
Here.
I've seen two little red lights, like about 20 foot away.
To see,
Okay.
About 5 foot high.
I am not welcome here.
Okay.
I am not welcome here.
Shell, I'm going to stand here, and I'll do a call. Can you just keep an eye? Okay. The person who just tried to touch me then in the face, can you do it again? We're not doing you any harm. We don't want to be disrespectful, sorry. Can I just... Has anybody got a torch just to shine over there? I've just seen... I'm a bit uncomfortable now. I've just seen... like I thought it was like a shadow of someone standing there.
Was it a man in like a triangular shape?
To be honest, I couldn't tell you what it was, but it was tall.
Told ya, he was there. That's cool. It's what I said. I'm not
Nah.
here, and as I turned round, he's just stood there.
I'll have to think about that. Have you?
Right.
And I haven't told Shell what this is. I haven't told her anything about it yet.
Maybe I did.
This way. Do you want to come this way, Shell? We'll move away from here and let's give them some respect. What's that light on there? Oh, is that the K2?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to grab that? Yeah, please.
James.
Yeah?
No, his name is James. I'm walking away.
Oh, right.
Simple. Can I go this way?
Yeah, we'll just follow you, Shell.
No, I know where are we going? Because I need to walk away from him.
This way. Can we go this way? Because I still haven't got to where I wanted to show you.
So sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just getting proper.
Right, so I'm going to take you somewhere. I'm going to take you somewhere else now, Shell.
He's called James.
Right. That's what my name is. My name's James, although they call me Jamie.
How can you be so nice?
So you have to be, don't you?
When Shell runs, we run after her. We run.
Yeah.
All the echoes, every hair is standing up on my face. That was, do you know when? Have you ever walked into somewhere like a seedy pub?
Yeah.
I'm not calling it a pub.
Yeah.
You ever walked into a seedy pub and you look round and you just think, get out?
I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like.
That's
just
how I'm felt.
Turn around and walk
As if to
straight
say,
back out quick.
you don't belong here.
Yeah.
You,
Right.
me. Maybe it's because of what I do.
Mhm.
But big man, don't want me there.
Right. But I felt the same as you did. Something touched my face. It was
Oh,
like
it's
Going off.
it's like a
going
web.
Red.
What's going red?
Is that near your
Oh
phone?
yeah, yeah.
No.
All right.
Well, it gave a bit of
debunk that
excitement,
one.
didn't it? So
And that
Well,
was, sorry, that
it's
was
okay.
bizarre because I saw it at exactly the same time. I said to you, whoa, no, that needs to stop.
Hmm.
And he's shown himself full form at the same time that both of you was touched
Yeah.
in the face.
exactly the same time we
Exactly
both,
the same
and we were
time.
standing nearly next to each other at the
Yeah, and it
time.
was behind, it was between you both.
Yeah.
That was eerie. Well, good.
Sorry,
but
Marie.
eerie.
Right, this is going off and my phone's on thingy. This was just going off then. It just went to
James,
the yellow.
don't follow us. I don't know if you find this funny
Can you
or, have I
Well,
upset you.
Can I just
but
say
no.
something? I'm not going to say. Well, no, I'm not going to tell you. What I'm doing now is I'm walking you somewhere else, and there's a reason why I'm walking you this way as well, Shell. So if we keep walking, you're going to see why soon. Well, if we keep walking down here, and there's only me and you, so I'm going to tell you in front. Now, if you look, shine your torch slightly in front. Sorry about the motorbikes. Yeah. Okay. So don't say that. Let's see if she picks up. Now I think, this James she's picked up on. It's empty. They don't use it at all. But it's looked after and everything else. I'm really sorry that we can't give descriptions at the moment. But what I will do is I'll tell you that we're next to a chapel. Now, Shell's away from us at the moment, and where she was before was an old chapel, and it's just been, obviously it's not there anymore, but they've turned it into like a lawn. But I just want to see what she picks up here now. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's amazing. Looks really. It looks very chilling, doesn't it?
So I don't know if you caught it then. I was getting footsteps right behind me.
Right.
3 or 4 footsteps just following me. I was the last one in the row. So I don't know. Michelle thinks that we're being followed by the gentleman, possibly James.
Can I just say why I think he's following us?
Yeah.
Because we've got another chapel here. Right behind you.
And he's walking to it.
You know what I do?
Yeah.
This is like butter beans to me. I don't like it.
Well, that's why I walked you this way.
I've just been saying to Marie,
Yeah.
I feel like they know that I have practiced the dark art and I'm not welcome because I am almost like a witch.
Yeah, but you're very much in control as well.
Yeah, very much in control, but I don't like the way they just think this jump scare thing is good.
But can I just show you something? If you look at the shape,
Yeah.
it's the shape of the other one round there.
Holy moly.
There's the. So where we were looking at that one, could that have been the entrance where he said stop?
Possible. I wasn't allowed.
I mean, the foundations are exactly the same.
I'd say so, yeah. I think there was...
Yeah, they look
they are.
very similar,
It's
don't
the same shape in every way.
Doorway. I said, what did I say as well? I need to go around the other side.
Mm-hmm.
If you look,
Yeah.
I was taken
Yeah.
to the front, the door, and oh my gosh, sorry.
Yeah. No,
Think
it's
about
okay.
it. Oh, Eccles, he shown himself right. So let's rewind the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna recreate the scene, barring me. So you stand there,
Okay.
where you would have been. Simon, you stand there. No, here, stand here. Here.
Can I
then
just
turn
say that
face
we
that way.
are standing in front
Turn
of
the
the
face that
chapel?
way, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he, look, would have been stood here, and what happened to both of you at the same time?
Exactly the
You
same
got touched,
time, yeah.
and look at the place, and it was right at that. It's replicating
Exactly the same.
Exactly.
It is, yeah.
Come out
the
and gone.
same.
I've not really noticed that, have you?
Wow.
No. Yeah.
It is.
Holy moly. So that validates to me what I saw
Mhm.
and what you two felt.
It's very strange. I can see what you're saying as well, because, you know, I've never looked at it in that way until now.
That validates what is going on.
Yeah.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't the vicar used to stand by the right of the door as you walked in because the plate was there?
Yeah. When you look at it, yeah.
Wow. So he would have been stood there with, you know the charity box and that. They always stand
Yeah.
by this door, don't they? As
Yeah.
you walk in, you pass them on this side. You
Yep.
say, good morning, vicar, or good morning, father.
Right.
Or if you're doing, obviously, God bless them, a funeral ceremony, a passage of rite, they'd stand there. As you walked in, the family came in. Did you think the body would go? And then the family would be on this side lining. And usually your undertaker's not on this side, and the vicar stands there.
Wow.
So spot on.
So what he was doing over there was stopping us from entering.
Stopping us from entering, we were
Yeah.
welcome. That's spot on.
My word.
That-
But I'm going to tell you something now. There is a third one of these in here. There is a third one,
Sticking pins in my
okay? There is a third one of these buildings, but it's the same as the far one we've just been to. It's not a building, it's...
It's land.
Yeah. So, I was going to take you to that one, but I think we've had quite a lot of stuff now, haven't we?
But do you know what is really weird?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel the same threat here
Was over there.
as I did there. I don't feel. I'm not saying he was negative, malevolent, anything like that. He was a man of the cloth, God bless him. But I don't feel threatened in any way here. I feel more calmer here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys feel it too. This area.
Yeah.
He's
I feel
Absolutely
fine.
Fine. Yeah.
Absolutely fine, yeah.
I don't feel like over there. It was heavy. And it was like something's walking around us. Every one of us, our senses were heightened. Now here, I could happily just sit there
And talk, yeah.
with not feeling
Yeah.
anything.
Well, what I'll do is I'll walk around the other side and come back around this way and tell me if you feel anything. If you stay here. I've been getting brave now.
You are getting brave.
Yeah. Are you coming with me, are you? Yeah. I was going on my own. I was going to be brave. But anyway, just let me know if you feel anything, because I'm going to walk round. So, I'm not going around on my own now because Marie's coming with me.
I'm here with you. I've had quite a long walk round.
Yeah.
Different noises, different things I've heard. So I just want to clarify what I was doing. So
But what's strange though is, you know, Shell and Mr. Shell around back there have picked up on all these things. Now, we know there's another entrance there and there's another entrance here, but they don't know about this one yet. Because I want to bring them round
yeah,
and see what they think of that. I was going to take them to the... Did you thought they were walking with us then?
I did. I
I
actually
did.
thought they were walking with us. Bear with me a sec. No,
No.
there's no one.
Okay. I'm glad I didn't walk around on my own then. That would have been really weird.
I'm glad we both heard that.
Yeah. It's fair. Do you know what I thought I heard then?
What was that?
Horses' hooves. Listen. Can you hear it?
I can't hear it.
It was like horses' hooves.
There's somebody again.
I know.
Which way are we going back?
I think we'll go back this way because it's near sugar. Okay, I'm going back.
Why, what?
I just thought I'd seen something there. I nearly said something I shouldn't have said as well then. Where are they? Oh, come on, let's go back quick. We actually thought you were following us.
Thought you was following us.
We heard footsteps.
We heard the footsteps and we got to the top corner and we peeked back round and we weren't there.
This church
Yeah.
is to do with Jewish. That's the Star of David.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right, yes.
Judaism.
Now, you've not seen the other side of this church, have you?
No.
Or chapel, whatever you want to call it. I'll take you round. We're going to go this
You
way.
planted somebody around there.
I promise you. No.
Like that, Jamie!
No, I want to keep my life as it is. I don't want to end up in A&E. No, what I want you to see is round this side now. It's a beautiful chapel.
See, I'm not feeling like.
Mhm.
I'm feeling a little bit wobbly.
This is where we thought you was following us and I popped my head back round to look from here.
But I also, just so you know, Shell, in the distance I thought I heard horses, you know, the hooves.
Oh, wow. That would be beautiful.
Now whether they've had horses here, I do not know. So,
Are we allowed in?
no, we're not allowed in, it's all sealed off.
Why is that like that now, but the other side's been sealed?
I know.
Could it be that
New part.
they've had an entrance where they come in and then an entrance when they leave?
It looks
Yeah.
like it's refurb, that is another one.
Yeah. Beautiful though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's stunning.
Is this additional?
Sorry?
Additionally added this part.
Yeah.
No.
Look at the brickwork on. Is it?
No,
From this
it's
angle it looks.
yeah.
It looks all...
Yeah, from the front, the
Yeah.
red
You'd
brick
think it was
looks
new, wouldn't you?
It
Yeah.
might have been blasted.
I think they've
Possibly,
cleaned it. I
yeah.
think they're doing what they're doing with the graves. They're cleaning it. Or tidying it. But it stands proud, doesn't it?
I don't feel like I felt over there.
No, I feel quite calm. I didn't before. And I said to Marie, I'm glad I walked around with you. But there's another entrance.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that was for the priest
The
or
priest,
whoever.
I was just about to
Yeah.
say, they always have a little side door, like
Yeah.
where the families would go in and talk and sign registers.
So that'll be that part there.
That'll be that part. I can't
Yeah.
remember. Is it called the nave?
I don't know.
I think it's called
I
the
don't
nave.
know.
That part of the church. Marie, what's your knowledge on churches? You know a little bit at the side there.
Yes.
The bit where the priest goes in, is that called the nave?
I'm not
The little
sure.
doorways. Do you know what I mean though?
On the side there with the little door.
Is it the nave?
And he does
I-
that as well.
You know what? I could always look it up.
Yeah, it might be worth a quick research on that one.
Yeah.
See, I'm not feeling.
Well, that's where James will come in handy because James is quite good on his history of the
Time
area.
for him to get digging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
So-
mention the J word. I know you're James, there's James, but I
Did
don't
we tell you
like
about the
that
Jewish
J.
symbol in the window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just seen that
Star
then.
of David.
So you've got, I know we haven't gone to the other one, but there are 3 of these, but this is the only one left standing. What's that grave's name on that?
Get lost.
What?
And I'm really sorry, but I did not say. I just pointed, I didn't even see that before.
The nave is the central part of a Christian church extended from the entrance to the transept. The nave is in front of the sanctuary and the church. Wow. Have you seen him?
And I didn't even know.
Is it?
No,
Rupert.
no.
Oh.
I've just said, we walked around and I didn't see it.
Is he a man of cloth?
I don't know,
I
but
just had a look.
Oh.
we were standing here.
No,
Could
I've
be
got
my
my phone back. No, I put my phone back on because I was checking that.
All I was doing was standing here talking to Sean. I went, and that stood out. And I said, what's the name on that? And all it says in big writing is James.
James.
the one word that stands
Stands
out.
out, yeah.
My
Now
word.
I feel bellyache.
It's getting stranger by the minute.
Especially when you're drawn. Especially when you're drawn
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. And I just pointed straight. I didn't even
Right.
see because it's in the darkness.
I've seen that flash.
Where
Everyone
did you-
else just see the flash there?
Straight
Yeah.
through there.
Did you see it?
Straight through.
You
You
seen it
Oh, I
too?
didn't see it.
Right, you little buggers. Quit. If you're going to show yourself, that would be amazing.
Are we being watched?
100%.
I seen the lights because I was watching
You've
through
seen it
there.
too?
Yeah.
I did see it actually.
I didn't
I
see
did
the
see it.
lights.
It was like
Footsteps.
What do you think of
Yeah.
it so far, Marie? What's happening?
Really, really interesting. Very interesting, especially what we're hearing. So we're just trying to have a listen now because we can hear quite a few noises now.
What you see?
Well, I thought he heard something then.
What's that?
What's what?
Like a crackling noise?
It was.
Yeah.
Like a radio frequency crackling noise.
You think?
Is that you?
Yeah.
He's
Ah.
peace pipe.
Ah, right.
Good job we can edit this part, isn't it? It's okay.
Should we have a look over there? Where did you want to go?
I was trying to take them to a certain place.
Yeah. Open ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll take you to a certain place now, Shell, and we'll see what you think. So we're just going to head over to this place while I'm going to show Shell.
Which direction do
We'll
you
be
think
back in
it's
a
on
moment.
this one?
Right, Shell, I've got to where I want to take you, and I'm going to keep walking. I know what's here. Marie knows what's here, but obviously you don't. Can you just shine your torch so I can find it? Keep shining it. Keep going. Yeah, keep going. Right, okay. I think this is it here. So what I want you to do is stand here. I don't want you to see what's written on it or anything like that, and I want you to tell me what you think's happening here.
Many. Many voices now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jamie, there's loads underneath the feet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can't tell you everything yet.
Are these plague victims?
Sorry?
Are these plague victims?
No.
I got the same feeling, you know, as St. James is many.
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of people underneath us.
But there's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Do you want me to do a little quick call out?
You please.
Okay. I'm going to ask if there's anybody here with us now, and I know there is.
There's a lot.
Last time I was here, you came forward. Can you come forward again? My name's Jamie, and this is
I'm
Shell. Now, we're not here to harm you. You know that. Is there any way you could tell us your name, please? Do you want to speak to us?
Barefoot.
Okay. Could you tell us your name?
There's another one.
Yeah. And I've just heard something as well.
Me too. Barefoot. Small ones. Oh.
I'll ask again. Can you tell us your name? Would you like to talk to us? Are you okay? Are you safe?
Oh, this is sad. This is very sad. It's weird, it's like every time I keep my light down, and then my eyes will catch one come up and then disappear, and then another will come up and then disappear. It's hurting me. I feel so much pressure. Talk to me. See? Then there was another one. Did you see that? Did you see the shadow then just
No,
appear?
I was looking that way, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I was
I'm
looking
sorry, I'm
to
not
my
growling
left.
at you, I'm growling at them.
No, I
They
know,
keep
it's
doing
frustration.
It's just like
Yeah.
up and then gone, and then up and then gone,
Yeah.
and then up. There's a few hundred near me. I know I'm in a graveyard, but why do I feel so sad about this part? Don't.
What was it?
A hand has just gone.
Right. Did you hear that?
Yeah. I'm hearing voices.
Like whispers?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
heard it too.
Yeah.
Like it just went. I know I've asked you to talk. I'm Shell.
My name's Jamie. And just in the distance there you've got Marie and Mr. Shell. We don't mean you any harm. We just want to see you. Let us know you're here. Talk to us.
Right. Can you see where I can see?
Where's that with you?
Right in front of us. White outline.
Yes, yes.
Can you see that?
Yep.
It's dimming and lighting and dimming and lighting, and can you see what I can see? Almost like it's blurring itself out, then it's there, and it's not. But it's moved to the right, and then it went left. I don't know whether my eyes are going under.
Right. The last time we were here, I know there's that there. So you're talking towards the trees.
Right.
What are you seeing now? Can I just see what you're... Tell me what you're seeing. Then I'm going to tell you what last time I was here.
I've seen a woman, a figure.
Where did she go?
This way.
From the left to the right?
Yeah.
Right, now what you're pointing to, I know nobody knows where it is, but where you're pointing to in this field and where the trees are from the left to the right, last time I was here, I actually saw the same thing moving to the right.
A female in white.
I couldn't say whether it was male or female, I just seen the person
Did you see
move.
that? Like it was on grainy, like an old TV.
Yeah,
grainy.
I could see that straight ahead of us.
Yeah, between the tree and the gravestone.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it kind of just went that way.
I didn't see where it went. I could see what you were talking about because I was trying to adjust my eyes to think, was it my eyes adjusting? Was
That's
it?
why I kept thinking, is this my eyes and is this? But it was grainy, but that was a female.
Yeah.
That was 100% female.
Right.
This is sad.
Yeah.
Whatever this is many, and he's sad. Deeply sad.
Right.
No graves are sad.
Okay.
But this is a different feeling to everything I've felt.
Yeah. Now what I want you to do is come round here because I didn't show you the grave itself, and I want you to read what's on the grave.
Unmarked graves. These were paupers.
Mhm.
Holy moly, that's what I was saying, like plague and stuff, like I got in the last one. Holy moly. Holy moly, God bless you. And I said I could feel things touching. Woo. Sorry, Jay.
It's okay. That's why I brought you over here. And
So what? So that's valid. So that's just validated, hasn't it?
yeah, Mrs. Shell and Marie are coming over towards us now.
Wow.
You okay?
Yeah.
Have you picked anything up? You'll have to come closer to tell me.
Wow.
I hear a couple of sounds there, but
Whereabouts?
I actually,
Whereabouts?
on that side, I actually saw movement here, and I actually thought one of you had walked off there.
What did I say?
What did you see?
I thought I saw one of yous walking off in a lighter. in a
No.
lighter.
in light colours,
Light
like a grainy,
colours,
like
yeah.
grainy, like an old TV.
Yeah.
that's what
Seen
they
the
So,
same
Yeah.
thing.
that's
We
what-
saw the
I
same
actually,
apparition.
that's why I was saying, are they walking off over there?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I saw
We
exactly
haven't
the
moved.
same.
I was like, no,
We've just
Right.
stayed here,
I said, no,
and I didn't show Shell the grave.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, "Side, just listen to Jamie."
Oh, right, go on.
Right. I didn't show Shell the grave. I just wanted her to stand here, and she basically confirmed last time I was here what I was getting and what I was seeing. I heard her.
What was
I
Wasn't
heard ya.
Was it a bird?
It was more like a psst.
Yeah, I guess. I thought it was up in the tree. I thought it was a bird. I know it was the.
Yeah, I could have swore that one of you actually walked off because
No.
you actually said it to
No.
side.
Where you pointed to, Maria, Shell was pointing the same way and saying, "There's something moving.
Right.
There's something there, and it's moved from left to right." Now remember last time we were here and we
Yeah.
saw something in the same
'cause
place.
We was over there, yeah.
Yeah, in the same
But this
place.
was a light one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kept seeing something dark 3-4 foot high,
this was
5 foot
light.
high there. But this way was
light.
where I thought you'd walked off because I
No.
saw it as light.
No, we just
I
stayed where we
actually
were.
thought you
Light,
walked
like,
off.
like very light grainy outline.
Yeah.
And I said to you, it's very grey and it's fading in and out, in and out, in and out. And it was there.
Yeah,
It was
this is
there,
what
and it
that's
just went
where I was
across.
showing.
Now,
What did you see? So
I've got an EVP from last
Okay.
time I was here. I'm not going to tell you what it says. I'm not going to do anything like that because what I want to do is I'm going to put it on the radio
Yeah.
and
And
people can
play it
listen to
back
it and then
and see
people
what they-
can tell us what it says. I don't like saying what it is because as soon as you say what it is,
everybody
you
thinks
can
it
read
sounds
it, you
like
can
that.
see it and everything else. But what I did like is when we first started this is when we were in there and you put your
The voice recorder.
the voice recorder thing on, and we asked where we were and it said cemetery,
Cemetery.
and you
Yeah.
could hear it as clear
You
as
could.
anything.
Yes.
Now I'm skeptic about things like that, but that was as clear as anything. I mean, I did say, "Where are we?" and the word cemetery come out. So I'm
when I was stood
getting a few surprises. Yeah,
Grave.
Jamie's going to tell you.
yep.
I picked up, let me film my bit.
Right,
So we
okay.
walked over,
Yeah.
and Jamie stood in front of the grave, so I couldn't see it. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to know. I felt so much sorrow and sadness, and I said, there are many below me, many, hundreds. They are below me, and I kept getting sickness, plague,
Yeah.
poorly. I said it's just like at St James's, the same type of feeling I got there. I said, are these plague victims? And he just kind of looked at me like, said there are
Don't know.
many.
I said no, but
Yeah.
being honest
we
with you,
don't
I don't know.
We
but
don't know the story.
I don't
yeah.
know how
Made
far
me
back
feel
it
I've
goes.
not seen that.
Very, very,
No.
very.
Is this a mass burial?
Yeah, it's for Pauper's grave.
Oh.
Pauper's grave.
Just shine the torch onto that.
I got that. And then, no word of a lie, Jamie will tell you, as I'm stood there, I'm stood there, all of a sudden I got this round my leg. Like grabbed, didn't I? And I jumped back.
And that had been a child.
And then I said to Jamie, you just seen that, and I felt like figures were just coming up and going down and coming up and going down.
Do you
around
like
me.
that what it says on there? Remember, as you pass this way, as you are now, so once were they.
Beautiful.
And it's
Sickness.
incredible. It's sad,
It's-
but the main thing is they're together. There's a lot of them and they're all together.
There's a lot. There's a few hundred.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is they're together. They're
Yeah.
they're not alone.
Can I just ask, right?
Mhm.
Are they all Harper's markers?
No,
No, not
No.
around the outside.
the ones in the middle here are the markers. The ones on the outside are obviously people resting.
As soon as I started, I was fine. I get to about 6 foot in, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh wow, they're underneath us."
Mm.
I could feel it, but
Yeah.
I felt this around my legs.
Yeah.
But I felt sickness, like the plague type sickness, illness.
It's very sad.
So what did I say to you? It's very sad. I feel
Yes.
heavy, and I
Yeah.
didn't feel that over there.
So far tonight, we've had some fantastic results with Shell, Marie and Mr. Shell, and obviously myself who's recording it all. We're just walking ahead now there, about 20 yards in front of me, leaving me in the pitch black on my own. Thankfully I can see them. But looking back, we've had the part in the chantry where where Shell picked up the 3 rings, and obviously they came out as children. We'll talk about that later on. And then we've got the priest, or whoever it was, who was there. And we got the name James, and then we actually found the grave called with just the name on it, James, which was really strange. We've had footsteps where we feel as if someone's following us. We went to the graves, which are the paupers' graves, which is a really sad section. Shell picked things up there as well. So it's been a really good night so far, and we haven't finished yet. I feel as if, because I'm on my own and it's pitch black, and there's this in front of me, I'm feeling as if there's something behind me, but it could be just my imagination. So we're just going to walk up to the group, all 3 of us, 4 of us. It's the same one again. You can see how big it is, Shell, anyway, can't you? How big this area is.
I was walking over and I just sitting there in the silence and still feeling it under my feet.
Yeah.
But we have a young female with us, 16, 17 years old. I'd say the name Sarah keeps coming into my head.
Can I just stop you there? I've just been talking about the 3 rings to the listeners while I was on my own. Now, let's go back to the very beginning where we went to the grave and there was 2 children in it.
Oh.
What was the name of the child in that grave?
Sarah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, there was no age of it.
No age.
No.
16, 17 years
No,
old.
but you did say there was someone older.
Yeah.
Was that the brother, or was it the
Sarah.
sister?
It's just the name Sarah was stuck.
So
and
what
I
you
feel-
think it was Sarah who's just walked there? He's with us.
And if you think about this, let me
He's
just go
followed us
back.
all the way
I was
out.
just going to say, let me go back again.
And Marie said, children can follow us.
We're following us, yeah.
I did.
Sarah's following us.
So it's all
that's locking
together.
Wow.
And that's why we might be hearing footsteps behind.
Footsteps,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah,
Sarah's
Right,
still
yeah.
walking,
Yes.
following us
Yeah.
around the land.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
well, we go back out that way anyway, so hopefully she'll follow us back that way and go back to where she should be, with her family.
Yeah, I think she should go.
So maybe she's just watching us, or she feels comfortable with us. I don't know, but it's getting more interesting as the minutes go by.
I just feel heavier on this side than what it did on the other side.
Yeah.
I don't know in what way.
I feel
it
more
just-
encased.
Yeah.
I'm feeling calm, to be honest with you,
feel
but maybe
more-
it's because I'm
more
concentrating on what I'm doing.
I don't know if we're coming to something or something, but I do feel different.
I honestly think that, once this lockdown's finished and everything else, and we can, because obviously we've got that limit of 6 people now, I think both groups should come back, split into 2 sections, walkie-talk here,
Yeah.
and just blitz the place in one night.
Blitz it.
Because what's happening at the moment is, there's only 4 of us, and it's unbelievable.
Who was the graveyard watcher? Because usually the first person who was buried in here is the protector, the keeper.
They usually have caretakers, don't they?
Yeah.
Watchmen of a night time.
No, I mean
'Cause-
in spirit.
I don't know.
I feel it's female, and the name Alice is.
You mentioned
is
Alice
very
earlier on as well.
prominent.
Because remember when you were saying earlier on about Alice?
I feel she's the keeper, the protector of the graves, the spirit walker.
Right, well, if you think again, Shell, when we first started, when we started walking out of the first part of the area, you said we've got somebody following us called Alice.
That's me, sorry. You okay? I'm just trying to get the stones under
Where we had it in?
Yeah.
think-
Whichever, I'm just following Shell.
Oh,
I'm
right.
just going with what Shell does now. So while Shell's doing her thing, Millie, what do you think so far of what's happened with the
I think it's
the
very interesting how
confirmation
it's
of
all
stuff?
coming together. It all makes sense, and we're all bringing different things, or seeing different things, and it's making sense as we all come around and bring it in, that information.
And Si, you know Shell better than us more than anything.
I could have swore I'd just seen something here. I swear to hell.
Following us.
Just quickly go to the left.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, see that tree there?
Yeah.
The grave
Yep.
next to it on the right, like between.
Do you want to go up
pastels.
towards her? Should we go and have a look?
No, I don't well. Yeah, but anyway, what I think, I think it's pretty cool. To be fair, it's very, it's very,
Need to come here a lot more. But, I think there's a lot to
very
it.
spooky or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's calming
definitely worth-
simply.
Yeah.
I think it'd be definitely worth coming here again.
Yeah.
And
And
maybe,
we've got to say it's not late neither. It's just after 9 o'clock, I think. So it's not late. See what time it is?
see now. There's no torches on it there.
Oh, tell a lie, it's 10 o'clock.
See how there's no torches on it there now.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's like black. It's like a figure basically. It's just gone like that, black. So just dead quick, or just moved over. It might be the same ones that you were seeing before, walking in that sort of direction as well. Because that's where we were, weren't it? And that's where I've just seen it now.
Well, it's like corner of the eye as well. When you
It-
catch something in the corner of your eye.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was pretty much like, Jeremy. Yeah, like as if it was in the corner of my eye. So it's hard to say, isn't it? If it's just your eyes playing tricks with you, or if it was actually something. Do you know what I mean?
And you got Shell and Marie behind us talking away there, so there's no voices or nothing.
No.
But shame about the motorbikes, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Wednesday night though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we do apologise for the motorbikes.
Oof. That's edit that one.
I know, it's just been sound.
It's frightening. It's frightening hearing that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's been great. I think it's been a great walkabout.
It certainly has. It's something I've not expected tonight.
No.
I thought we were going to come here tonight, and I don't know about you, Marie, and just have a relaxing night and do our ghost hunts, what James sent us on.
Yes.
And, we found Shell and Si was just round the corner from us through a text, so we got them to come down with us, and it's better than I actually thought, and some of the stuff we've had tonight has just been unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's been good to pick it on.
Footsteps following us, shadow.
Yeah.
And things that, it's all entwined in itself as well, the different things we've had have all worked together, they've all come together in a way.
Yeah, well, to add, one of the best things I think happened here on this walkabout tonight is when I seen something earlier on.
Yeah.
When we first got here, kind of, and definitely seeing something. And then Shell picked up on the three rings?
Yeah.
And two brothers, yeah, that's it.
2 brothers, 3 rings.
And she said we go searching for it, and then Shell found it, and it was exactly where I'd seen that figure.
Yeah.
Well, I seen something moving.
Yeah.
But I'm sure did you guys see it too?
Everybody was guided
Yeah.
to that spot.
Yeah.
We all seen something different.
Walk to that spot, you seem to get drawn, don't you?
Yeah, it was exactly on that spot as well.
But we all seen what it was. We all seen something different. I saw the light. Shell picked up on the name and saw something move. Marie went over there, and you saw something as well. So to have 4 of us see something and then go over there and find the actual grave
is quite amazing.
I'm still trying to get my head around that.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be thinking about that when I'm in bed,
Yeah,
Because it's one of those, like, did it really happen?
Yeah.
Yes, it did. And what can I say? I thought we were just going to... A nice walk in the graveyard. Nothing will happen. James will laugh at us. And that'll be it. But no.
James is going to be kicking himself that he didn't come with us.
Yeah, James, thanks for the envelope. Thanks for sending us on this location.
Cheers, James.
Yeah, we're all happy about that. And I'm trying to work out where we are now. It's absolutely dark as anything. Oh, there's that big grave, yeah.
I mean, some big cemeteries like this have lighting, don't they? But this just doesn't. There's nothing.
No, it's very...
If you haven't got a torch, you're bumping into trees and gravestones. And
Which way do we go?
If we didn't have a torch, you'd find me in the morning cowering in the corner, I think. That's where you'd find me, just cowering in the corner there. Yeah. So we're heading back towards the cars now. That was me, I kicked the stone. Sorry. Throwing something at
I had something thrown at me last week.
Did you?
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
When I was in the...
Was it a
on the
pub you
last
went to last week?
investigation,
Yeah, it's still an active pub.
I know you said there was people downstairs and everything else.
It's one of
Um,
the oldest pubs in Wigan.
Can we go back?
Yeah,
Can we
that's
go
the
back
way.
this way?
That's the way, yeah.
You know which way this is, don't you, Shell?
Oh no, it's James.
Yeah.
I'll go
Hold on. Right, so we're heading back towards the car now, the four of us. It's been a fantastic night, and I'm going to speak to each one of them in a minute and ask them what they thought of it and their feelings about it. So can we stop here and we'll just have a little... Right, so I'll start that part again. So, we've had a really good night tonight. It's been eerie, it's been unbelievable, and some of the things we've had has been brilliant. So Marie, what did you think of tonight? What have you thought? Before we finish, what did you think about the actual investigation we had with Shell and Mr. Shell?
I think it was really interesting, as I said before, what we've picked up, what we've seen, and for two of us or three of us, and then four of us to see everything, and we all come together. I mean, even when I thought that somebody was walking, I was with Si on the opposite side from you, and I thought you'd actually walked away from each other.
Yep.
And it was in a light colour.
Can we just stop you there a moment? I know we're asking you questions about the actual... Now, we've actually stopped... I've actually stopped to talk to them, to ask them what they thought of tonight.
My gosh.
And
Right.
Shell's been picking up a James and a Sarah, and we've just turned around now in the grave. We've turned to
Exactly where we
is a
stopped
James and a Sarah.
Wow.
Exactly where we've stopped to talk and say what we were doing tonight, and that was weird because Shell's just gone straight over to it now. What's she pointing to now? What?
again. 2 years.
No way. No way.
Show me again, show me again.
Do it again.
I'm done. Brothers. Here we go again.
That's really weird. And look at the two big names, James
They're all
and
Jameses
Sarah's.
and Sarahs.
Yeah, that's all we picked up tonight.
How
The whole lot.
on earth is this
Do
happening?
you want to get a photograph of that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Now this is where we were ending we were actually finishing here as well, and this is where I was asking questions to Marie, and I was going to ask the same to Shell and Mr. Shell, and he's just taking some pictures. Obviously we can't put these up because the names on them, the full names are on them, but it's, you know, we've got to keep these anyway. So yeah, you were saying, Marie?
Yeah, I was saying when you was doing a call out with the many graves that Michelle realised that she was walking over. Si myself was on the outskirts, and kept seeing what we thought, you know, were shadows in there. Then there was one particular shadow that I actually thought, I said, Si, have they walked away? And I could see a light shadow walked away. And when I came to you and Shell actually picked that up as well. So I picked it up, and I was a good 100 yards away, maybe 50 yards, 100, something like that. Away, and Michelle picked up exactly the same. So, you know, that's good when two people pick up.
So have you enjoyed tonight?
It's brilliant been tonight. It's been absolutely brilliant, and I've got to come back again.
Right, Mr. Shell,
Yeah, it's been a...
what have you thought?
It's been a brilliant night, to be fair. Really enjoyed it. Walkabout here. Picks up on, like Marie said, picks up on quite a few shadows and stuff, and you know, figures and so on, and sounds and footsteps following us. It's been great, yeah. It's been great.
And obviously I've got to ask Shell what she's thought of tonight, without swearing, Shell.
Amazing. I'm still trying to relay it all back in my head from the names that was given to me. So now we're stood at the grave of the two names, and all that is wrote across that whole grave is James and Sarah, James and Sarah, James and Sarah. It is freaking me out a little bit, because I don't believe in coincidences. We're meant to have these messages for a reason. And, you know, the fact that the messages I was given, and then you guys was given the same communication and responses. I was given the message, and you guys were shown where to go. I thought that was fantastic.
Well, what is strange is wherever we've stopped, like when we stopped near the chapel, and I said, oh, what's that grave there? Because it stood out quite
James.
significant, and the name James was on it, and then we stopped here to finish the recordings and you know, to finish the actual investigation. And the first thing we look at is a grave with James and Sarah on it. And then you picked up Sarah from
The original.
following us round.
Yep.
I thought you were holding my arm then.
No,
was
no.
pretty good as well when
Yeah.
it got touched up there, wasn't it? At the same time.
Exactly
Yes.
the same.
You
The,
both
the
and-
priest
and
was
the
stood
priest was
between us
standing
both.
there.
Yep.
That was good, that.
I've never seen this place. I just want to make sure everybody knows I didn't even know this place existed. I had no idea I was even coming out with you guys tonight. And to be taken the moment that Jamie went, do you want to have a sit down here? And the mail as clear as day said, don't. And I looked and I said, what is underneath this? And then as I looked, in my mind's eye, I saw the chapel stand in front of me, and I was like, holy moly, this is a chapel. And just the look on Jamie's face was like, wow.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And I didn't tell you anything at
I knew
all. We
nothing.
kept it quiet. The same with I mean, what did you think of the first part where we actually went to that grave with the 2 children in it? And you said a 3-year-old. There was a ring of 3.
The ring of 3. 2 brothers, 3 rings. And then to be shown that and to walk to the grave and actually have it confirmed on their epitaph on their grave.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. And then the other where we've just been.
And
That was strange. See, I saw.
you just touched my hand.
No.
No,
No,
the
nobody
back of
did.
my back.
no.
Okay.
Stood here
This
with
is
me
Sarah.
My
Is
arm
it?
on my hip.
This is what I
Sarah's
felt.
with us.
I know it's a description for everyone else. You know the way you know, like, 'cause we're a couple anyway, and you get somebody who just puts their arms on the hip
Around
like
your-
that, and just
around
like
your
as if
back,
they're going
yeah.
just to comfort
Sarah.
Yeah.
you, and that's what I just felt then. So if that was Sarah, thank you,
Well, that's
Sarah.
twice
Yeah.
now, I should say, that you've felt that.
I've had it twice now, yeah.
My
So-
hand was on my hip, all this my own hip.
So my opinion of tonight is unbelievable. I don't have to say anymore because you have all said it for me. What a night. I thought, like I said earlier on, I thought we were going to come here and it was just going to be a little mini investigation with nothing happening. But I shouldn't have known better because Shell's with us.
I thought I was going for a brew.
Well,
We
you
need
can
that
come for a
brew
brew if you
now.
want. You're going to come and have a brew?
Come on.
Well, that was the investigation that Jamie, Marie, Shell and Mr. Shell did a couple of weeks back now, and it's just fascinating. I was gutted that I wasn't there. I mean, the idea was that you went out on your own and did it, but you know what? I know you broke the rules of the challenge, but it was fantastic, wasn't it?
It was. It was one of those nights. I mean, you heard it in full there.
Yeah.
And I know we put it on over a week or two when we did play it, but it sounds better with the full hour or whatever it was we've just played. You know, because you get the full impact of what happened on the night,
Yeah.
which is brilliant. And to be there on the night, I mean, like I said earlier on in the show, I didn't expect anything to happen like that, but it did. And
Well-
it was brilliant. Shame you weren't there.
I know you're rubbing it in now, but you know what though, Jamie? The thing is it does go to show with a lot of paranormal investigations, doesn't it? That I mean, we've been to lots of places where, you know, very little has happened at all, and what has happened, we've been able to completely put down to natural causes. Do you remember when we went to Northwich Plaza and we thought we could hear something tapping in responses, and it just turned out that it was raining really heavily outside, and there was a leak, and it was hitting the roof panel.
That's right. It was on the top balcony. It was going.
Yeah.
And we thought at first we were getting responses, and it was only, I think we shined the light or something, and we actually saw the drop coming down, so we went, that's it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just a tap there, it was tapping somewhere else and somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's why we thought something was happening. But, you know, we debunked it as rain, it was just a drip falling down. But it shows, though, James, how easy it is to convince yourself that something paranormal is happening. It's only when you start looking into it, and this is where you've got to be careful. You've got to start thinking logically, as well as, you know, as paranormal. Yeah, you know, we're always looking for something, but you've always got to try and think logically first.
Yeah.
Then if you can't convince yourself that it's something logical.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's a real key thing, isn't it? Just to bear in mind when you do this kind of stuff. Well, Jamie, it's you know what? It's been lovely spending these the last 2 months,
8 weeks.
8 weeks or so, doing this show. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on as a guest presenter. I've really, really enjoyed it. And as I said earlier on, there's been some great. All the guests have been fantastic. They've given up their time to come on, and it's been so interesting. Getting to know people and speaking to people and stuff like that.
It's been an absolute pleasure, James, and it's a shame that the last couple of weeks we've not been able to get in the same studio together, and we've had some laughs at it as well. But do you know what? Next week I've got a proper presenter on, so I'm not really worried, to be honest.
Is this something you'll actually listen to for once?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wasn't listening to you last week. I know. I'll hold my hand up to that. But there was something more interesting on the internet, so.
Yeah. It's great.
No, being truthful, James, it's been an absolute pleasure and an honour to do the show with you. It's been superb.
No, not a problem.
I'm looking forward to having to go on my own.
Yeah.
Jump in at the deep end. But I know that you're going to be back sometime in the future. You will be back sometime.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'll still be popping in.
Yeah, and I mean we'll be doing an invest together once this lockdown decides to let us have our freedom back and that.
Absolutely.
So we should be, we'll be back. We'll be back on investigations and everything together. So we'll have a good laugh, and we'll be recording loads of investigations for the show because a lot of people. I mean, they've had some good comebacks, about the investigations and asking us if we're doing any more and that. Yes, we will be doing more. Can't wait to do more. Keep an eye on our Twitter page, Access Paranormal 01. Our Twitter page, come and join us on that because I will be putting bits and pieces in that what we're doing. I won't be giving too much away. And go on, James, for the last time, you can give our email address out.
Okay, so if you want to get in touch with us, if you want to send your ghost story in or suggest a haunted location or otherwise send us anything to do with the ethereal realms, then drop us an email at info.accessparanormal@gmail.com. That's info.accessparanormal@gmail.com. Well, Jamie, I thought we should end today's show with going back a couple of weeks and having a little bit of a review and listen again of the interview we did with our group GhostQuest. About their experiences over 10 years. We've had to cut it down a little bit because the original one was a little bit longer, just to fit it into today's show. But yeah, so how about that?
Okay, that's brilliant, that, James. Yeah, I forgot that we'd done that. That was quite a few weeks back now. But what I'll do, James, is because it's your last show, I'm going to let you introduce it, and then at the end of it, I'm going to let you finish the show because it's your last one for a while.
Oh, thanks very much, Jamie. All right, well, listen, here we go, folks. This is an interview we did a couple of weeks back now with the GhostQuest team who are celebrating 10 years. Well, I'm very excited now to be joined by a very special group of people. This group of people are celebrating 10 years as paranormal investigators. You will have heard us mention them on the show before, and I'm very happy to be joined by the members of GhostQuest Liverpool. Hello, folks.
Yeah. Hello.
How are you all? You all well?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good. And it's lovely to see you all. It's been a long time. We've not seen each other, some of us, since before the lockdown. In fact, Liz, I think it's been a little bit longer, hasn't it? When was the last time we saw each other? November last year. And how's things? Good?
Yes, absolutely. Fine.
Great.
Now.
And we've got Jonathan with us. Jonathan, you was on the show. Some listeners may remember you a couple of weeks ago, where we did a little interview with you. We've of course got Jamie Williams, who's on the other, being interviewed today on the other side of the table. We've got John Dagger. Hi, John.
Hiya.
John's very quiet. We've got Jane Basnett.
Hello.
And we've also got Marie Spriggs as well. So, folks, what we wanted to do is obviously some of you have been involved with GhostQuest since the very beginning. Other people, such as myself and John, have been a little bit newer members. And I thought it'd be really interesting for the listeners to kind of find out about some of the experiences you've had, some memorable locations, and what your overall thoughts are on the paranormal. So I'm going to start off with Liz. So Liz, tell us about what was it that got you interested in the paranormal?
Because I used to see things from a young age, and then I was told to develop and use it and so on and so forth, and that's what I've done.
So what can you remember as your first, if you think back, your first experience of seeing a spirit person or a paranormal experience?
The very first one was when I was little, and it was me nan, and she walked through the doors, and I was playing dolls.
Yeah.
And she just walked through, And I just, death and dying didn't mean anything then to me. And she just talking away to her, you've been a good girl. I told Nan, your leg's better, because she had a wooden leg.
Oh, right.
But her leg was, she had a normal leg.
Yeah.
And then she walked out the living room, and she goes up the stairs, and she says, now you be a good girl for your mum.
Yeah.
I said, okay. Anyway, I said to her, oh, Nan's just gone upstairs. Oh, don't you be saying things like that. I said, but she has, and her leg's better now.
Yeah.
But I was told.
And you wasn't scared at that point?
No,
You didn't
no,
find it
not
scary
at all.
or anything?
Not at
I
all.
suppose when you're and it's something we've discussed, isn't it, Jamie, about when people become interested in the paranormal, is that I think a lot of young people have experiences, but because they just don't think of it as being a ghost, which is obviously a similar situation to
very
that.
similar.
So when would you say you first started to kind of really develop your kind of interest in it and experience in the paranormal?
Well, there was odds and sods, you know, as you go through teenage years and 20s and things and your 30s. And then I went to like a craft fair thing in the village, and there was a couple doing aura readings. They took the photo of the aura and then a reading after. And the wife who was doing the readings, and at this point I was very open-minded, she literally read everything about me, and I was like, where's she coming from? How does she know this? And whatever. And she said to me, should you need to start using it? I said, oh, yeah, sort of thing. 2 weeks later, I got a phone call, and there was a development circle starting within the village, and so I started doing it properly then.
And if you don't mind me asking, how long ago was that?
That's going on 19 years ago now.
Well, you're only 25,
I
love.
know. I'm crawling. My mum took me in the buggy.
Change your glasses.
Well, thanks for that, Liz, and we'll come back to you in a little bit. Now, we've also got Jonathan here. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Jamie.
Now, some of the listeners have obviously heard you talk before, and you have discussed kind of, you know, some of the experiences that you've had. But just for those who haven't met you, what is it for you that got you interested in the world of the paranormal?
I was always interested in things like that. I followed Most Haunted on TV. I went to a couple of their live shows.
Yeah.
And then just started on the internet looking at paranormal things. That's basically it, really.
Yeah. And what would you say, you know, if you could pick your number one experience that you've had? I know it might be a difficult question off the cuff, but what would you say? You know, if you think, or maybe one of your top experiences, what would that be?
One of the best ones was at a location in Liverpool. It was when we'd actually finished the night. Jamie will remember this, and Jamie will remember.
Yeah.
And Liz. And we'd actually finished for the night. As we were walking out, we come up to a part of the building, and there was two big windows. And there was about two groups of us, about 30 people, maybe, about 20, 30 people. And just as we reached the window, there was a big bang on the window from the inside.
Yeah.
There was nobody else there, it was all locked up. And we just all looked shocked, basically, because we
you knew there was
we walking out, going on.
And it's that kind. It's that kind of thing, isn't it, where you can't really fully explain it because you know there's nobody else in there at the time. It's strange.
There was only the group of people that were there that were there. No one else could get in because it was all locked up.
Yeah.
And then there was a high chair in the corner, and the table bit off the high chair flew up in the air and come down onto the floor.
I think I'd have been out the door.
And at that point we all sort of hurried up.
As you do, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Well, thanks, Jonathan, and we'll come back to you in a little bit. So we've also now got the lovely Jane Basnett. Hi, Jane.
Hello.
Now, Jane, if I'm right in saying you've been a member, how long have you been a member of GhostQuest for?
Almost since the beginning, perhaps just a little bit less than 10 years, but I knew Jamie years before that, and Marie.
Yeah.
From another group.
From another group.
So
then, and you've
I've
got
probably doing it 14, 15 years, maybe, quite a long time, on and off.
And what is it about the paranormal that you that you're so passionate about?
Just curiosity, really, and just finding answers. And it's just something that's always interested me. But I've always felt scared as well about it. Because I remember as a kid reading a story about the Borley Rectory.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And I was really young, and I remember I had nightmares after reading about it.
Yeah.
But it's always stuck in my head, and I've always just wanted to go places like that and probably get scared. But
it's an interesting one with Borley Rectory, isn't it? Because I'm sure, didn't it burn down? And even the fire was, I think, attributed to the paranormal stuff that was going on, wasn't it? But yeah, it is quite. For any listeners who are listening, if you have the chance to have a look on the internet at Borley Rectory, it's really it's a really interesting thing, isn't it? So what would you say has been, thinking back over your 10 years with this group and obviously your time with the other group, what are some highlights for you of things you've experienced, and then moments where you think, you know what, I actually can't really explain that?
Definitely Bake Up Theatre, which we've done a few times, but I did it one time, and in all the years I've been doing this, I've never seen anything physical, but I did see my very first apparition.
Did you? And what was it like?
Theatre. It was a man stood behind the boy, walked behind the bar area of the theatre, and he just walked like a normal person. I froze on the spot, didn't know what to do, and he just disappeared. And when I looked behind the bar, it was just a wall. And then the person that was running the theatre that night, he said, "Oh yeah, that's the old manager. He gets seen quite a lot."
And was you terrified at that, or was you?
I just froze. I didn't know what to do. I just sort of froze. Didn't know what to do. When you physically see something, you just all the times you want to see something, but when you do, you don't know how to react. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing is that we put ourselves in this situation where we come and we go into spooky old buildings or out to haunted locations, and we put ourselves right in the middle there, purely for the fact of wanting something to happen. And then when it does happen, you're absolutely terrified.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of the fun of it, really, isn't it? You know.
I was made up. I'd seen something. I've never seen something since, but I was just made up. I've actually seen something.
And in regards to other experiences in terms of noises, I mean, I know we've done quite a lot of investigations together as well, and I know that we've had quite a lot of times where we've heard sounds seems to be the main thing, rather than actually seeing an apparition. It seems to be hearing sounds that you can't necessarily attribute to a physical cause, or at least we can't find a physical cause to attribute it to.
Heard lots of weird growls and strange things like that have frightened me as well. I do like getting scared.
Well, thanks, Jade. Also, we've got with us John Dagger. Hi, John.
Hi, okay.
So you've been a member of GhostQuest for about, 3 years, is it now? 2 or 3 years?
About 2 years, I think.
About 2 years. And your background is a little bit different because was you a Marine, am I right in saying?
Yeah, Marine, yeah.
You was great. And obviously now you're a member of the group. So just, from the stuff that you've done, what would you say that it is for you that you kind of find interesting about it?
I think, from my point of view, I've always been inquisitive. And I also like a challenge as well. So I think this kind of fits it quite well. I've been into it since I was a youngster. Grew up as a Catholic church, Catholic school. I was an altar boy for probably 8-9 years, and we spent a lot of time in the church when there was no one else there.
Yeah,
it's quite spooky at the time. Obviously, growing up as a kid, and we always used to make up stories about what might happen and what we thought we saw. So yeah, I think I've always been interested in the paranormal, especially because no one can really explain it. So it's still open to interpretation. So for me, it's nice to come to something like this where I can kind of almost investigate it myself in my own head. I'm quite open-minded, so I try not to jump to conclusions when I hear something or potentially see or feel something. But the more I do this, there have been a few times where I felt something's like touched my arm, or I've seen things that I can't quite explain. So my first thing to do is to find a logical explanation for it, and sometimes we can, and we can almost debunk that. But there are other times where there's no logical kind of sense to what's just happened. So yeah, it gets me and it keeps me intrigued.
Okay, well, thanks, John. We'll come back to you in a little while. Of course, we've now got Jamie Williams and Marie Spriggs as well. So, Jamie and Marie, you'll have... Obviously, you know Jamie because he presents the show. And Marie is Jamie's partner. Now, they've been a member of GhostQuest since the very beginning, haven't you, folks?
We have.
Yeah.
And you was also a member with Jane of another group before then. So, Jamie, tell me how GhostQuest came about.
It was actually after the other group had finished. We were sitting around, we didn't know what to do because we were enjoying going on the ghost hunts. And I got together with Marie and I said, Marie, look, why don't we do a ghost? Why don't we start another group up?
Yeah.
You know, we've got the other members there. Let's speak to them. We had Mike and Donna, and we met up, and Hazel and at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I said, look, you know, that group's gone now. Let's start our own group. So we learned how to, you know, we went with a couple of other groups, got the idea of what we're doing, and then we just sat there and said, right, let's do it. And we put the group together, and we started putting it together around January-ish way, and then we actually started doing stuff around June, July.
So what would you say? Was you what? I mean, obviously the group's based at Mill Street Barracks, but has it always been based at Mill Street?
No, the first time we got together, we were in one in Highton. I think it was called the Greyhound.
The Greyhound.
The
It
Greyhound.
was, yeah.
So what was the Greyhound?
It was a pub.
Oh, pub, right.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
of
Well, we
course.
we ended up there. I think we were there for a while, and then it was getting closed down. So we moved from the Greyhound, and then we stayed about 2 months in the Dean's house in Prescott.
Yes.
Then we moved from the Dean's house in Prescott to Flex 2, Stephen, who's still with us.
Yeah.
And we stayed there I think we were out there 2 years. Couple of years.
Yeah.
And sadly that was,
meetings there, didn't we?
and then that was getting closed down, wasn't it? Sadly that was going, and that was a fantastic place to go to.
And was it haunted as well? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we moved from there to Mill Street Barracks, and we've been in Mill Street Barracks now 7 years.
Great. Okay. So thinking about obviously locations, then it's a good thing to touch on. What would you say if you had to pick a great location? And I know that we always laugh about this, don't we? Because everyone goes, "Oh, Mill Street Barracks." But if you had to think of a location, Marie, what would you say is one of the most interesting places you've been to? Not just for paranormal, for something that is a genuinely interesting place.
Galleries of Justice.
In Nottingham.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not only for the way it is, the history that surrounds it, the architect, everything, but it was the first place I seen an apparition there.
And what was it that you saw?
A girl. Everybody in the group was saying, "Oh, there's a girl in this room, and I'm going, "Oh yeah, well, you know,
Yeah.
as you do, yeah, show it, prove it," and they're all saying, "Yeah, we can sense a girl."
Yeah.
And then they were all over. I'd say they were about 20 foot away from me.
Yeah.
Because it was so large, that room. And we was in the lower ground where they do all the washing and everything. They had the big tubs on the floor,
Yeah.
that sort of thing in the washrooms. And then I just seen this girl going past, all in grey, long blonde hair, just I'd say to about waist length. And it was then, and I've just seen it. And then you close your eyes and you reopen them and you think, still there. And it was just going in front of me and then disappeared through the wall.
And was you, you know, obviously Jane was on about when she saw the thing at
Yeah.
Bake Up. Was you scared, or
No.
was you not? No.
Not been scared at all.
Yeah.
But it was only dawned on me the next day that when I told everybody that, oh yeah, she was walking through, I realised she had no legs.
So
it was
she was
only
just kind of-
afterwards.
yeah.
So it was only from the waist up I could actually see, but that only dawned on me the day after.
I've been to Galleries of Justice as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I went the same time as you, but I might have done, I can't remember.
On the coach.
But yeah, no, we didn't go on a coach.
Oh,
I
it was a
stayed
coach,
over,
didn't
but that's why I heard a growl, because we went down to
Right.
the very basement, past the condemned man's cell.
Cell.
There was
Yeah.
like
Is that where the
a pit.
church?
Yeah, it was
the
a
church.
church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a little chapel, and then you go down into like an area called the pit,
Yeah.
and between the chapel and the area of the pit is where I heard a growl.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
it
a
was.
brrr kind of thing.
Yeah,
or-
it wasn't human.
Was it not?
No, and
Gosh.
that freaked me out. And I stayed in a hotel that night actually, because we didn't go on the coach. And I heard a little girl laugh in the room in the morning
Oh,
in the
right,
early
that's
hours, and I don't know whether.
I would have,
Yeah.
I'd have been through the
it
roof.
was in the room. I swear it was in the room.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
little giggle of a girl, and I don't know whether I'd brought something back with me. I was
Yeah.
worried that I'd brought something back, or. But that was a good place. And also in Wales, there's a place called in Llanbedr. It was called the Maze Archer. Did you do that, Jamie? You didn't
No,
do
I
Maze
just
Archer.
missed out on that one.
That was a really interesting place.
Yeah.
Because there was an old air raid shelter, and it was just really, really atmospheric.
Yeah.
We used to go there quite a bit.
Did you go into the air raid shelter?
Yeah. And there was also actually a tree that was meant to be cursed by some sort of witch. It was like a story there.
Yeah.
So it was just an eerie place.
John, what about you?
Limited, really. I visited a few places quite a few years ago. Been to the Skirrid Inn in South
Oh,
Wales.
yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not far from where I used to live
Yeah.
from. Probably there was a military barracks as that when I was serving. 16th century. The walls were about 7 foot thick. There were stories that the French slaves that were used to build it died
Really?
and walled up within it.
See, that's quite interesting, obviously, because when we talk about Mill Street Barracks, which obviously is used by the Sea Cadets now, isn't it? But was built as a volunteer drill hall and army building. It must be interesting to be in somewhere like that that's so historic. But obviously, you're working anyway, aren't you? You know.
Yeah, and to be fair, you don't really think of it that way. There's only when so from a male bravado point of view.
Yeah.
Even if things happen, not many people talk about it.
Of course.
So when somebody comes up and tells you a story, especially when it's about a story of the room that you're living in,
Yeah.
And sometimes you're there on your own at night, it kind of shakes you a little bit.
And what kind of stuff did people experience then?
Lights on and off.
Yeah.
What's that syndrome when you kind of wake up from a dream but you can't move? You're paralyzed.
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis.
Yeah. Or night terrors.
Quite a bit of that.
Yeah.
Seeing people in the room.
Yeah.
Noises both sides. So for me it was a bit freakish
creepy.
for me,
Yeah.
coming from a guy that wouldn't usually be scared of anything really. So that was quite an experience.
Be a great place to investigate, wouldn't it? Liz, what about you?
I would say the Stute Theatre in Wales. It holds a lot of memories for me. I've been there a few times. Brilliant history about the place,
Yeah.
the mining and so on and so forth. But a whole lot of other things went on in there besides. And it's I don't know, there's just something that draws you in there. The actual hall, the theatre itself, is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It sort of takes your breath away.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
remember
absolutely beautiful.
when we were doing the walkie-talkies and we had the voice come through and
Yeah.
it told us to get out?
Get out, yeah.
Did it on the walkie-talkie? Yeah.
Do you remember it? Was it you?
Well, at least you.
Of all these
An
years,
hour.
when was the last time we went there? It must be 4 years ago and you've not told us that. Well, it was nice having Jane in the group, wasn't
Well,
it?
at least you know what we've been talking about debunking things, haven't we? And it might have taken 4 years, but you've debunked it now.
I remember Catherine. I was with Catherine. We were just upstairs. We just thought we'd play a trick. And we
Yeah.
did it.
For years I thought that was unbelievable. That at least we've debunked it 4 years on, like.
I have to say, well, sorry,
There
go
was
on.
one particular time, and I was there, and we had two. One was a historian with us, and one was a skeptic.
Yeah.
And I had to do this piece on the stage, and the historian, she was also, and the skeptic was very sceptical.
Yeah.
You know. So the point, it was making me nervous, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then once all started and that, and we were around the table, and next minute she started going all rocking and woozy. And next minute
The
she hit
historian or the skeptic?
The skeptic.
Oh, right, okay.
And she hit the floor.
Yeah.
She passed clean out. And then we got her off the stage, lifted her, and she was hysterical. And we had to get her out. Next minute the historian went as well. Now, we, they were warned that spirit do that to people at times,
Yeah.
And she actually changed her tune. She said she's
Did
never
she?
felt anything like that in her life. It was horrible.
And was she injured by it, or was she all right?
She was all right. She felt very sicky and
Dizzy kind of thing.
She wasn't feeling good. She wouldn't come back in.
So what's your opinion on what actually caused that then?
The spirit that are in there, they will drain you,
Right,
and they rush into you and
Yeah.
things like that. There's a lot going on in
So
there.
it's almost kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, it is very
in
overwhelming.
that sense. Yeah. That's quite creepy, really, isn't it? Jonathan, what about you?
I like the old theatres. Especially when you can see where they've not, the way that they were, old buildings like that.
So many.
There's loads, isn't there? Yeah.
there's quite a lot.
Well, I think the good one we done was the Plaza in
Northwich Plaza, yeah.
And the tickets office where you gave James the fright.
You did?
Yeah.
Give me a really big fright.
And where you fell off the stage. I've got to mention that as well, haven't I? But when you go there, it's a theatre. And I mean, it's got a lot of history to it.
Yeah.
But when you're in that ticket office part, it was really strange.
It's just, I think that back part of the stage, it's just so different to the rest.
So, Jamie, 10 years of GhostQuest.
Yep.
Now, you've learnt a lot of things, obviously, during that period of time. For anyone listening who thinks, you know what, I'd love to set up my own paranormal group, what would be the tips that, for somebody who's done it, what would be the tips that you give them for that?
Go with other groups first. Don't just do it. And learn from them, because they're the ones who are experienced.
Yeah.
So, you can learn a lot from... We're still learning from other groups. We're friends with groups, Axiom and a few others.
Yeah.
And we've learned a lot from them as well. And we're still learning every single time we come on a ghost hunt. So do your homework first. Don't just jump in at it. And check you've got to have insurance, for liability. When you go to a place, make sure that the place is safe. Yeah. Make sure you've got the right amount of people for that place. Don't overpower it, because the more people you've got, the less chance you're going to get anything. If you're going to be a business, look into it properly, and respect whatever you do. When you do a ghost hunt, be respectful as well.
Well, that was an interview there with GhostQuest Liverpool, celebrating 10 years, which you may have heard a couple of weeks back when we had it on the show. Well, folks, it's been an absolute pleasure joining you on these shows the last couple of weeks. It's been really good fun for me. Some great guests, some great experiences, people who we've spoken to have been on the show. And Jamie, you are back where you belong on your show in your hot seat next week, aren't you?
I know it's going to be strange, James.
Are you
I'm looking forward to it.
You will be, and I'm looking forward to sitting at home on a Sunday night and listening to you as well. So thanks for having me on, and I'll speak to you guys soon. So until I speak to you again, take care, and don't forget to tune in at the same time next week for Jamie Williams with Access Paranormal. Take care, folks.